And how many takes do I have to do? Okay, one more. All right. Get it. Get what you get. All right. Oh. Hello, sweeties, and welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about growing up and why I was ashamed of my nationality. And I'm going to do it while I eat some pizza from Pizza Guys. All right, let's look at the pizza. This one is their Fiery Pepperoni Bacon, and it comes with their signature white garlic sauce, 100% milk or whole milk mozzarella, pepperonis, applewood, smoked bacon, jalapenos, and cooked tomatoes. And hopefully the applewood doesn't taste like apples. Let's leave that open. And on this side, ooh, Cholula sauce. Ooh, this side looks really good. Look at that. This one, if you can see it, is their Street Taco Flatbread that comes with taco sauce, mozzarella cheese, taco seasoning, all natural grilled chicken, fresh sliced tomatoes, yellow onions, and the Cholula sauce. I'm going to put it this way. I have a lot of notes because I just need them. Oh, you know what? They gave me peppers and cheese. Let me get a plate. I'm going to start with the Fiery pizza. Fiery Pepperoni Bacon. If you can see, there's some jalapenos, bacon. Sorry. Have a good meal, sweeties. It took me a while to start, so it's a little bit cold. Has a good thin crust to it. Debating whether or not I should put it in the air fryer to make it crispier. They used to give this in a little glass bottle. My first impression of this is that it's really good. Actually, I've had it before, so I know it's pretty good. I didn't know that they had white sauce though. I thought all pizza had the same red sauce in it. This would have been so much better if I ate it when it first came out. Maybe I should have done a car mukbang. I think these were $15.99 each. They're great as a personal pizza. Actually kind of big. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it all, but I'm gonna try. So this one, the Fury, I would give this a definitely strong 3. I'd definitely order this again. Let's compare it to this one though. Let's clean the palate first. All right. Oh man, I like that it has fresh onions, tomatoes, and cilantro. If you guys like fresh ingredients, including onions, this is the pizza for you. If you don't like onions, don't get it. There's too much onions in there. I'm very conscious about leaving food on my mouth. This one has more of the traditional red tomato sauce. As you recall from my previous video, I came to America right after a very unpopular war and living in a part of America that was very rooted in the military. I think I put way too much pepper. The thing is, as a child, I didn't know that it was an unpopular war. And at home, my parents never really talked to us about it. And they never gave us any warning, like, be careful what you say to people, or be careful what you do. I mean, they told us just be careful in general. And actually, when my mom would try to scare me, she'd be like, be careful because the Americans will come get you. I don't know what that really meant. Actually, the way she said it, if you translate it, it's like, the white man will come get you. It is what it is, right? Yeah, even though they didn't say, to be ashamed of our nationality or whatnot. I remember a kid asking me at the playground when I was in kindergarten, the one I flunked, what nationality I was or where I was from, right? That's the question a lot of people say. Where are you from? And they're not asking like what street or what city you're from. They want to know my nationality. And for some reason, I knew not to say Vietnamese. So I would just tell them I was Chinese. And then, of course, they'd make fun of me for being Chinese. But for some reason, it felt different than if they made fun of me for being Vietnamese. And I don't know why, at that young age, I thought that I could not tell people that I was Vietnamese. Too much peppers. You know what would make this better? Some ranch. Let me go get some. Okay, I have some of Ken's Steakhouse Ranch. What's funny is like, even other Asians are confused as to which nationality I am. I mean, Vietnamese people always guess I'm Vietnamese, so, that's easy for them. But I get like, are you Filipino? Are you Korean? Heck, even one time when I was in Hawaii, someone thought I was native Hawaiian. I've never been mistaken for Japanese or like Thai. I don't know if I should switch back and forth or just eat one and get all that flavor out of my mouth before I switch to the other. I'll just switch. This time I'm going to try this Cholula hot sauce. There it is. Outside of my family, I didn't really know a lot of Vietnamese kids. Like I said in our previous video, growing up in our elementary school, there was only one other Vietnamese family. And I think right before I got to 6th grade, they might have moved to a different area of the same town. I remember my first day of middle school. My first class was PE. It was my first period class. And we were supposed to meet at the swimming pool on the bleachers for roll. So as I was sitting there, I think I was probably in the second row or something. We weren't in alphabetical order or anything. We were just like scattered. But, the teachers start calling out roll. And they got to this one guy. His name was Quan. And he called out, Quan. And I hear this funny accent guy behind me. And he says, over here. And everyone laughed, and I looked back, and, I saw this Asian kid. And then as they went through the roll, they got to my name, which is H, so it's still very high up in the alphabet. But my name is Tony, and when they said Tony, I said, here, they can't pronounce your last name, so they'll say Tony H. And I'll be like, here. And they kept going until they got to like the ends. And they spent a lot of time there because there are a lot of Nguyen's. And then there are a lot of trans. So when they got to the T's, they were there for a while also. And that's my first time that I was in a class. Or maybe the first time I was exposed to so many other Vietnamese kids. At that point in my life, I'm what Asian people would call whitewashed. Meaning that I am more integrated into the American culture than into the Vietnamese culture. Outside of my family, and only really to my parents, my grandparents, and maybe my aunts and uncles, did I ever speak Vietnamese. Like to my cousins, we only spoke English to each other. And I have cousins where if you were talking to them on the phone, you couldn't tell that they're Asian at all. But we were part of the first wave of refugees that came in 1975. Later on, the boat people who had left either at the same time or afterwards, but had to go to like a refugee camp before they came to the US. They started coming afterwards, and they settled in different areas. And I don't know their whole story. Like for us, when we came in 1975, we had sponsors. They took us into their homes, and I'm not sure what they had to sign away for or whatnot. My parents became sponsors for my mom's side of the family eventually in the 90s. And I saw what we had to agree to, right? Like we had to provide them homes, provide them jobs. They couldn't be on like welfare or something like that. So as a sponsor, you're basically agreeing that you will take care of them or you'll help them get established. So even to my Vietnamese friends at school. I never spoke Vietnamese to them. So they either thought I couldn't speak Vietnamese or thought I didn't want to. When I was a little boy, I'm a mama's boy, right? So, I was always talking to my mom and I was telling her, first of all, I would tell her, I'm never getting married. I'm going to live with you forever. And then as I grew older, I'd be like telling my mom, I'm never going to marry Vietnamese. I don't know what it was about the Vietnamese culture back then that I was rebelling against or I was ashamed of. I like this Ken's ranch, but I would much prefer the Wingstop ranch. Well, I feel like I still have so much pizza left. I think I could probably eat maybe 4 more pieces total, but we'll see. For some reason, I thought I could eat the whole thing, both of them. Okay. I should put some sriracha on here. Let me get some sriracha. All right, I'm back with the Asian ketchup. Probably a little too much. Yeah, it's way too much. I think the first time I dated a Vietnamese person was in my late 20s. I think what changed it for me was when my parents sponsored my mom's side of the family over in the early 90s. And I think around that time, there was like 20 or more people that came, including my grandfather, who stayed behind because he wanted everyone to come together. He didn't want to leave anyone behind. That's when I got a crash course into both speaking Vietnamese and the culture. I wonder why that squeaking sound. I guess it's just my teeth rubbing against each other. All right, the sriracha was good, so I'm going to do it again, but maybe less this time. Less. The story of my mom's side of the family coming to the US is very interesting. I think I'll make another video just for that. Oh, did I give a review of this one? This taco one? I would give that a high 3 solid also. It'd be hard pressed between these two, which one. I guess it would depend on my mood for the day. Because I mean, you can make this spicy, and this is chicken, but this is pepperoni, which I like, and bacon, which I really like. But they're both solid 3s to me. 3 out of 5, meaning something I would eat and maybe even eat regularly. Especially if I had to choose between pizzas. But the thing is, Five Guys has so many different pizzas. And a lot of them are very interesting flavors. I was going to try their curry pizza, but I decided to go with the flatbread, and they didn't have it in flatbread. I believe they did have a build your own flatbread, so you could have maybe made it if they had the ingredients available. All right, I think I'm down to my last 2 pieces. I'll save the rest for the girls because I really shouldn't be eating this much. Speaking of my girls, if we fast forward to today, somehow I managed to get a beautiful young Vietnamese gal to marry me. And together we're raising second generation Vietnamese young girls. And I don't really care who they marry as long as that person loves them, cares for them, and will defend and protect them no matter what. They're the good times and the bad that life has to offer. I just hope that they never feel that they need to be ashamed of their Vietnamese heritage. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy the awkward silence of me eating, or if you'd rather me play some music while I'm chewing on something so you don't have to hear it. This taco piece I'm going to try with sriracha. Let's try sriracha and Cholula. I think like during COVID, there was a time when sriracha wasn't even available. During that time, a lot of other brands started doing sriracha, but there's nothing like the original. All right, thanks for spending this meal with me. Now go out there and make it a great day. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye. Wilson, you made my pizza cold.